All right, everybody, we are back. Thank you to Spartan Dog for coming on and being our special guest this week as we previewed Ohio State and Michigan State. Looking forward to that game this weekend. Chris, it's going to be under the lights, the last night game, primetime game for Ohio State at home this season. We might have a primetime game, obviously, in bowl season, or if we're blessed enough to go be a part of the Big Ten championship game in Indianapolis, Indiana. Got the special jerseys on, the all grays. You looking forward to
Yeah,
that?
yeah, yeah.
I
I'll
mean, you've
tell you,
sold a lot of them,
I,
haven't you?
we have, and I love the all grays. Don't get me wrong, I love the all grays. Uh, I don't, I don't get as good a feel about it as I do about the blackout jerseys. I love the blackout jerseys; those are still my favorites.
Well, blackout at
But
night makes sense, doesn't it?
yeah,
Like,
it does.
but I tell you, I love it when
But
the
you know
back.
what doesn't make sense? A night game at Ohio State in November.
Yes, it does. Who cares about that crap? Gene Smith can go suck an egg, dude. If Ohio high school kids can play night games in November in the high school playoffs, I'm pretty sure Ohio State can play one too.
Do you know what I want? I want another November uh, night game, and I want it to be USC or UCLA.
There you go. What would
Now
happen?
that's home field advantage right
Just
there.
wait until the first round of the playoffs sometime, and Ohio State gets to host one at the Shoe in
Give us
December.
Bama.
How
Give us
about that?
Bama.
I mean, my
Get one of
gosh.
these SEC schools up here to play at night.
So looking forward to that. We got that to look forward to. Like I said, um, I can't wait to see these jerseys. I love it when the men's basketball team wear their all grays. They look like pretty much the same look. It's more
Yeah.
of a silver look, match the helmets and everything. Not that dark gray they had a couple years ago. So really looking forward to that look. Might be interesting though if Michigan State wears all white. What a contrast that would be. Gray to white. I don't know how that's going to look on television, but we'll
They'll
see.
be
It.
blood stained red by the end of the game. You'll be
There you
yeah, yeah.
go. There you go. It'll be interesting. It is on NBC 7:30. Don't want to miss it. Spartan Dog had a score of 42-7, Chris. We're about to give ours, but just a reminder, put your prediction for this score down in the comment section of this video here on YouTube. And if you're listening to the audio version of this, please give us a thumbs up and a 5-star review first off. Then head over to YouTube, give us a like, thumbs up there, and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already, and put your score prediction in the comment section of this video here on YouTube for your chance to win free merchandise from the OHIO podcast. Chris, our predictions are Aaron says Michigan State 14, Ohio State 31. You have Michigan State 9, Ohio State 35. And I have a score of Michigan State 6, Ohio State 38. Interestingly enough, the Michigan State guy has the biggest margin in the score of 42-7. He obviously hasn't watched our offense as much as you and I have this year.
Either that or maybe he's just seen enough of Michigan State to know that they just are not that good.
Well, we're not we're
But
not give we're not giving him a ton of credit with our scores either. 6,
well,
9.
and I'll tell you what, the 9, that's all on the leg of that big, that kicker. That kicker's got a big leg.
Yes,
So,
he does. They can
you
kick it.
know,
They
that's
got the advantage in special teams. I'll give them that.
yeah.
So, how'd you come up with your score, Chris?
For me, I just think we're going to see a lot more of what we've seen. I think we're going to see a heavy dose of Travion Henderson. Um, I really feel like we're going to run the ball a lot. Like you said, we're going to control the time of possession. I think this week. This is not a Michigan State team that's really great at converting and getting off, or holding the other team from converting on third down and getting off the field. So I could see us really just having our way offensively. Um, I don't see it being a huge game for Kyle McCord. Maybe a lot of what we saw last week with kind of settling into that game manager role a little bit more. Effective numbers, but nothing super big. Um, but more than anything, I just don't think Michigan State can score on us offensively. I think that they'll get a couple opportunities because of the positioning on the field to use the leg of that kicker. And I think that that's how they get their 9 points.
For the love of all That is Scarlet and Gray. Can we please get a big enough lead in this game to where our starters can sit sometime in the second half? Please.
That'd be great. And if they do, for the love of God, Ryan Day, actually let whoever is going to be the backup quarterback throw a pass. Let them actually get out there and play the quarterback position
You mean
so
run the
that, God
offense?
forbid, yes, God forbid something happened to Kyle McCord. We've got a quarterback who's not completely inept stepping onto the field.
Will not be Devin Brown. They'll give him another week to heal up.
No, this is
Um,
going to be either Tristan Gebbia or the
and
freshman.
yeah, and I would
I
like to
almost
see
feel
them
like it's the
both.
freshman. I almost feel
I
like the freshman's going to have an opportunity.
They haven't played him yet, and he's got 4 games, and they still can't, without blowing his red shirt. So he's got that
He's
availability.
not going to be there for a championship game or bowl season if we go there. As far as he's not going to see the field outside of an emergency. So
Right. So, this is the game to get him in. I would love to see both of them. I hope that we get out to a big enough lead to where in the second half you can say you get 2 drives, you get 2 drives in the game. Let's go. Let these boys play. You can get we need to see the second string offensive lineman. Knock on wood, our offensive line has been really healthy this year. Knock on wood. But what happens if we lose somebody?
yeah,
Who's ready to step up and
yeah.
play?
I want to
You
see
know?
Luke out there. I want to see Tegra out there. See how they've managed to progress over the course of this year that we haven't had a chance to see yet.
Right. They need that because if we have an injury in a big moment, you don't want that kid going in and he's got no experience.
Yeah, could you imagine playing that team up north and all of a sudden, Luke or Tegra's got to get out there against that Michigan starting line with no game experience under their belt?
Not good. So this is a what you call a get right game. You know, get out to a lead, make it comfortable, get them off there, get them out of there, get them off the field. Let the backups play, have some fun under the lights in the shoe. Um, I'm hoping, crossing my fingers, that happens, but I'm not confident in that, Chris. I am not. I think even though Michigan State is 3-6 and that last win was a lot of smoke and mirrors, like Spartan Dog said, to get to that game,
And bad officiating.
and that's the Sully's excuse. Um, Despite all of that, I'm so not confident in this offense, man.
No,
It's
you
been
can't be.
I've got
It's
to
too
see it with my
inconsistent.
eyes. We have 2 weeks to get ready for the biggest game of the year. And for everybody who's concentrating on whether or not Jim Harbaugh is going to be on the sideline or not, that
It's
shouldn't
not going to
matter.
matter.
It shouldn't matter in your preparation and getting ready for that game. And we need guys healthy, focused, and playing their best ball. Ryan Day has said it all year, Chris. We've not put it all together yet. Well, you got 2 weeks to get ready to put it all together. And you better start building to that. And it starts right now. We've seen the running game start coming along. Awesome. Can you do the running game with passing game for 4 quarters? Like, can we start with a good passing game up front? I've seen a lot of people argue, well, it's not all Kyle's fault. Were drops and things of that nature. I understand that, but is that not a part of the offense? Catching
It
the
is.
football? So Julian Fleming,
Yes.
you need to do your part, right? You got to
G.
catch
Scott
the
Jr., if
football.
you're going to be out
G,
there.
do your part. Yeah, you got to catch the football. You got to make the blocks.
Emeka, know where the sticks are at, my man. Know where the sticks are at.
So we've got to put it together. This is the game to do that. I think we win comfortably, but I do not think we win big. I think, the spread's at 31.5. And with
That's
my
ridiculous. That's
I
ridiculous in any game. It really is.
that's bigger spread than what we had against Western Kentucky. Did you know that?
Yeah.
We were 28-point spread against Western Kentucky. This one's 31.5. So obviously Michigan State is not a good football team. You need to prove that this week. If we struggle in the first half against Michigan State, I don't know what to tell you. Well, we're just not a first half team. I've heard that excuse too.
You know
Chris,
what? Just not a
that
first half team. You know what's going to happen when you play that team up north and you're
you're
not a
going to
first
get
half team?
you're going to
You're
get
going to
down
be
by
down 28-0 at the half.
bingo. You're going to be in a hole to the point where it's not going to
You
matter
can't come back.
how good the second half's going to be. You cannot fall in a hole like that. So we need to put it together. That's my thoughts. That's my two
Hopefully,
cents.
that team up north did their advanced scouting against us in the first half.
there you there you go. When we get together Sunday night, Chris, yes or no, Jim Harbaugh will still be the head coach at Michigan, roaming the sidelines in Ann Arbor, or will he be suspended? Yes or no?
Those are two different questions, Eric. Yes, I think he's still the head coach. Will he be roaming the sidelines in Ann Arbor? I don't think so.
How many games suspension do you think he gets?
My gut instinct is that the Big Ten presidents are going to really push for a suspension through the end of the regular season. And I don't know if they have the ability to do it, but they may. They may push to have Michigan excluded from the Big Ten championship game.
By the time that this video is posted on Friday, we were recording this on
We
Tuesday
should have an
night.
answer.
We will find out if Chris is Nostradamus or Nostrodamus. So we will find out if he is right or wrong. My feeling is he gets 2 games. He will be back for the Ohio State game. That's my feeling. And it will come down probably tomorrow, which is Wednesday or Thursday. And he will not be available for the Penn State game. And Penn State upsets the team from Ann Arbor.
I will say this. I think Ryan Day wants Jim Harbaugh on the sideline.
Oh, I think so too.
I think that Ryan Day needs Jim Harbaugh on the side. He needs to prove it to himself, I think, at this point, as well as the fans.
Do you think if Ohio State were to beat Michigan, that when they run to the middle of the field to shake hands, and Jim Harbaugh quickly shakes his hand and walks away, that Ryan Day gives him a DX chop?
Dude, I would pay to see that. I would literally get in my car, drive to that stench hole that is Ann Arbor, buy an overpriced ticket, and sit among 100,000 screaming idiots just to see that.
Hey, because please like, share, subscribe. All of those things, really do appreciate it. If you're listening to the audio version, again, please give us a 5-star review. We really do appreciate it. We will be back live Sunday night, 8 o'clock Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, Rumble. Make sure to check that out. Be kind to one another. IO Summons OH. Sing Carmen, Ohio with all your heart. Till next time. OH.
IO.
Go Bucks.